All right, so what we're going to cover today, the big news is that we have integrated our full tool suite across three main marketplaces right now, which is obviously North America, which includes Canada and Mexico. We have the whole of Europe, UK, and all of the European countries, and now we have Australia as well. We have full integration, so that's all of our research tools, all of our keyword tools, all of our seller tools. They're all available. We're the first company to do that in the space, which is really exciting, and we want to get the news out there. So let every one of your friends know. But what we're going to focus today, and what I've been really excited about, and I was just talking on Clubhouse. I don't know if you know what Clubhouse is, but it's another social media platform, unfortunately. But anyway, it's a lot of fun. I was in there talking about how I'm excited about seeing all of these different opportunities of different marketplaces. And the purpose of today, and we're going to be talking for 40 minutes or so, but the purpose of today is just really to ignite a few ideas within you. If you're in the product research phase, if you're I didn't even publish the poll. I'm sorry. Let me just publish that. There is a poll there just to tell me your level of experience with ZonGuru, kind of where you're at. So please do answer that. And in the chat, if you can let me know if this time slot is good for you, or if you have another suggestion, I'd love to hear from you. So, what we're going to be focusing today, just going back to what I was talking about, is really about product research and this idea of, is the US market the right marketplace for me? Or are some of these emerging marketplaces that we're looking at, do they have great ideas or great opportunities? And what's the kind of product I should be looking at in a different marketplace versus the USA? We all know that the USA is the biggest Amazon marketplace in the world. It has a lot of demand, a lot of competition. You have to approach that as a very, minute, niche, focused target audience and product to be able to launch something and compete. And there's definitely bigger opportunities on other marketplaces. So I tell you this because wherever you are at in your journey, if you're looking to sell products, .com is definitely probably the biggest opportunity. But there's big enough opportunities on other marketplaces that you can have $1 million product idea and it's not as competitive. So it's worth looking at. And if anything, just looking at different marketplaces are going to spark different ideas. And that's what we really need to do at this time, is get our brain thinking, looking at this problem solution from different angles, right? How do I find a product? What do I sell on Amazon? How do I differentiate and how do I be unique from everyone else? And, jumping on Amazon, but jumping on different Amazons is going to spark different ideas. So we're going to jump in. I'm going to show you a few things today. Again, if you have questions, ask as you go along the way. It will be great to answer questions as we go. And, I'm going to jump in, show you a few things, and maybe it'll spark a few ideas, and maybe it will help you get that product idea going, or help to validate some thoughts and ideas you have. So I'm here for you guys. We're going to be here for the next, 40 minutes or so. Listen, drive, eat, or jump in and let's chat. So let me share my screen. And again, if you have any problems, let me know. All right. So I think, as you guys can see, I have plenty of tabs open at the top. Hopefully you guys can hear me. If you have any issues, let me know. But we are going to get going over here. So this is the thing that I'm talking about, right? Which is now, you'll see it at the top of our page. We have now supporting Europe and Australia marketplaces. We have full integration, and what's important there is we have data from Amazon. It's a verified source it's mainly around keyword data and what people are actually typing into Amazon. What are they searching for that help us to find these product ideas, to validate them, and to bring you actual data and ideas around what people are actually looking for in these different marketplaces. And it's super cool and interesting to look at. If you click on that, you're going to go through to this page, which is a full blog, which really will kind of take you through a lot of my thinking. There's a whole video here, which is around how to validate a super niche. How do I look at it across marketplaces? We talk a little bit about Australia. We look at different products. So, jump into our blog whenever you are here. It's under here, free resources blog. If you click over here, the blog is full of training, education, ideas, thoughts. And if you're just looking for a little bit more information, just always jump into our blog. It will help you to find ideas. So again, just jump in and have a look, and you'll see all the way down this side, featured posts. There's a bunch of education information. This one is one of my favorites. It's the flatline listing. So if you are selling and you want to really think about how to use keywords, optimize, and obviously do PPC, this is the one to look at. And by the way, I'm telling you guys this now, that we have a joint webinar next week with PPC Entourage, where we're going to do a similar exercise like this. We're actually going to jump in and unpack an actual case study and actually look at how to optimize a listing using PPC and keywords. So look out for that. We're gonna mention it pretty soon. So anyway, I'm getting a little distracted here. Let me jump over and start what I want to actually chat to you about today. Apologies if there's a little noise behind me, but it looks like the guys are cutting the grass. So I hope you guys can hear me. Okay, so very quickly, I've used this example before, but this illustrates the point of looking across marketplaces. This is an ergonomic chair, a gaming chair, all right, that I typed into the .com. You can see Amazon.com. And if I just open up ZonGuru over here, you'll see that at a high level, and we can talk a little bit about the niche score and how that works, but at a high level, this is a crazy product. It's doing over 1 million in search volume. It's a very, very high search volume. You know, it does an average of $547,000 per product per month, and the launch value is $150,000. That is a monster product. You can see demand is through the roof, the revenue potential is through the roof, but competition opportunity is on the low side, which means it's very competitive, and investment sweet spot is 0, right? So very competitive, and there's some products doing here, over $3 million. So this is not a product that I would ever jump in and sell, because it's way, way, way too big as an opportunity. But if I take that same product and I look at different marketplaces, you will see that a smaller marketplace you might have a great product idea, but it actually could work on that marketplace. This is Amazon Canada, Amazon.ca, and look at this niche score, 64%. It does on average a monthly revenue of $8,000 and a launch budget of $8,000. This is definitely a product I could sell. So what the point here is that it's a smaller marketplace, but it's not as competitive. It has less demand, but the demand this is quite high for this marketplace, right? It has demand, but it's a product that you could get in on. So and it's right next to the USA. So, these are kind of things you can think about. If you have a great idea, but you're like, man, it's too competitive already on the US, have a look at some other marketplaces. That product could actually fit that marketplace. And especially if you're living in Australia or somewhere else and you're looking at different marketplaces, there's no reason why you couldn't get your product idea in and get going on a different marketplace before you tackle, the US. And it's fascinating to me, because this kind of idea, which you can see is so big on .com, is something that is achievable right now. And it's almost like we have hindsight by looking at some of these emerging markets. So this is, Canada, and I just did the same product on Australia. It's actually bigger on Australia as a product right now. You see, this is a 72% niche score. The launch budget is higher. It's around 45,000, but there's some products here doing, 15, 16. I think I saw some products in here doing, where was it? It was 10,000, 15,000, 100,000, so there's some demand, and there's some products here that can sell. So this is just to illustrate a point. I've shown this example before, but it's really about how you can compare across markets. Damien says, I've paused. I think everyone else says I'm good. If you have any challenges right now, let me know. And again, ask questions as we go. I'm happy to answer them. If you have any specific questions on the niche score or anything else, as we move through, you can check it out. Now, one thing is, if you're not clear on the niche score, this little question mark right here, just click on that. It'll open up a different tab. It'll explain exactly what is a good niche score, how it works, and this will really help you, right? Another cool thing that I just want to point out really quickly is this number 1, 2, and 3. Well, this is the number 2 and number 3. This is really cool. I always look at this because this actually tells me this is the second the second best listing in terms of clicks and conversions. So this is one of the better sellers. It's getting some of the most clicks. And whenever you bring up the Chrome extension, it will tell you the top 3, who's number 1, 2, and 3. And that's really interesting to look at, because you can say, hey, is he winning because he's differentiated or because of price? I always like to look at those. They're not necessarily the biggest, they don't have the Amazon badge, but right now they're getting the most clicks and conversions. So always worth looking at those. Okay, so that's to illustrate the example. Now, how do I find ideas? The way I find ideas is I actually, I use a niche finder. So if I just go on the left-hand side and I go to niche finder, it's under product research right here. I go to niche finder. This is how I mostly find products, right? I just go in here. I usually use advanced mode. You can use easy mode, advanced mode, and we have some set filters for you. These 3 down here. You can just click on them and they'll reset. They'll just change the filters so you can kind of see how they work. I typically go in and just, adjust these myself. I like to, this is fine for right now. I've adjusted them. I like to put in probably a few numbers around, what kind of min and max I want from an average sales or an average revenue, maybe some average ratings. I kind of like to put those in. And then typically I like to, I've just selected all categories here. And then I like to include some keywords, not really product specific, but maybe I'm interested in looking at indoor products or outdoor products or, men products or women products. Sometimes it's good to just include a little bit of a filter. Maybe you have a niche you're kind of interested in. And I usually exclude some keywords, which are just, like mask or some brands like Nike or something that it's just not going to be a private label good. I'll just filter those out, and then I'll hit search. And remember, the way that the results are returned, it doesn't necessarily mean it'll start with the highest niche score at the top. We give you a list of results in what we believe is probably an irrelevant result for private label selling. So that's kind of like the initial way that we load the page, and you can look at. It's always good to look at it this way and go, okay, what's interesting? Okay, so child tent indoor. Okay, I can open it at 55% niche rating. It's got different products here. It's got an average revenue of $40,000 and a launch budget of $27,000. So this might be a little too high for you, but there's definitely ways you can differentiate here, appeal to different markets. Maybe it's a longer tail keyword, something like indoor tents for girls, or for boys, so there's different ways. So this is the kind of way that I just look at products, and there'll just be idea after idea here, right? Indoor golf simulators, right? This is an interesting one. I've looked at that product before. Toddler indoor swing, interesting. Indoor hammock, so faux trees indoor, there's just idea after idea. And what I do is I just roll over, I look at the high level on this. So for example, on this indoor hammock, I see average revenue 82,000. I like to look at the launch budget, and I like to look at search volume. So I look at that, and then I look at the niche score, and then if I like it, I'll click on it and open it up. So that's kind of how I look for products. I'll look at this. I might also, just for the sake of this category, I might actually go up under here and just go, okay, let me sort by niche score, and it'll probably give you the best. But what I actually like to do is probably go and search for the worst. So I've done the worst. So 51. Because I set it at 51%. So the worst niche score is 51%. Then I kind of look at ideas. Indoor golf putting green. That's interesting. Mini grill indoor. Okay. Pest control indoor. So, here's boys indoor tent. Toddler trampoline. This could be interesting. So I always kind of like to filter by niche score and look at some of the worst ones that I have, because those are probably more of that middle niche that I really want, that I think could be an interesting product to look at. So this is how I search, right? I'm going to show you some examples in a second of what I like. Let me see if there's any questions here. All right, let me see. All right, Julie, what percentage niche score is good, higher or lower? So niche score, you want the niche score to be higher, right? So and I say that with a grain of salt, because this is 51%, right? So it's a middle niche score. But when I open it up, we give you the ratings across these four things. We call it the rainbow, right? And these are the important things to see, because this one you can see it's demand is the orange, and this has got like decent demand. It's not too high. And to me, I like it to be kind of middle of the road for demand, because I'm looking for private label products. I'm not a brand who's got $300,000 to invest. I want to invest like $10,000, $15,000 and get my product going. So I don't mind the demand being in the middle here. This is quite competitive. The competition opportunity, the more to the left means it's more competitive. You want this number to be to the right. And this one will be great if it's the more to the right, the better, right? The next one, launch budget. This is on average of 15,000, launch budget figure. You kind of want this more to the right. And then for the profit, the revenue potential, this can be middle, to the right, so you have to look at each of these three. It's no point in just looking at 51%. That's not going to help you. You need to kind of understand these four things. And again, I showed you on the Chrome extension, just click on that and it'll show you exactly how to kind of rate these. But, this is a high launch budget, it's 48,000. That's why this green number is more to the left. If this was around 20,000, would be better, right? So that's how I like to look at it. If we want to look quickly, we can just look at competition and go, okay, out of these, here's something with 18%. It's slippers, so I don't like that. Let's keep going down. 25%. Plants is for indoor plants. Okay, so that's interesting. And, everything here is pretty good. Maybe launch budget is a little low, but if I open this up, these are indoor planters. Okay. So, maybe it's something like that, but, again, launch budget is too high, 68,000. I saw it a little bit to the left. So that's probably too high. So this is kind of how I look at it. Probably launch budget is interesting for me as a first take. Out of all of these, I would look at competition and probably investment, like these two, launch budget, investment. These two I'd look at first and make some decisions around that. Okay, let me see. What do you do if niche score? Okay, Bram, I'll come back to you on that. That's kind of like a super detailed question. Oh, Susan, you're saying I've noticed that some niches didn't have a 1, 2, 3. So the 1, 2, 3, and I'll go back and just show you this in a second. The 1, 2, 3, is of these numbers here. We're getting this from a specific data source. And if you have a really long tail keyword, those keywords won't be ranking in the top million. And therefore, Amazon won't be providing us with a 1, 2, 3. So try shorten your keyword, maybe look at a shorter keyword, and you'll start to see the 1, 2, 3 pop up. Richard, saying here, you understand a niche within a niche, but is it still worth trying to try off-the-shelf products? Yes, a niche within a niche doesn't mean you have to differentiate the product and it's not an off-the-shelf product. It just means you're looking at a already targeted niche, and I'm going to show you some examples in a second. So let's come back to that in a second. All right, and Tanya, I'm going to come back to your question in a second. Let's keep moving so I can show you some examples. So that's how I look for products. This is the US market, right? This is what market did I choose here? Canada, right? So I've just selected home and kitchen. I've put in my filters again, and I've just hit search and return. And I've just kind of started to look down here, seeing what words come up. I clicked on this because I never saw this before. Tufting gun. This is actually this is more of an industrial product. It's got a great niche score. A launch budget is all high, but average revenue is 12,000. Maybe industrial products like this. This is about putting things into carpets. That could be an interesting product. So the point is when you look at different markets, you might find something, and I'll go, oh, that's interesting. Let me go and look at this on on the US market. So it will just give you different opportunities. And I did one here just for fun. I did Spain. I selected, 2 categories. This is sports, deportes, and hogar, I think it is. That's home and kitchen. You can just go down and just, again, click on different ideas. I just opened up a camera tripod, right? And I mean, this is doing, you can do three and a half thousand average revenue on this product. And if you do that on the US, it's going to be like, 40, 50, 60, 100,000, right? So there's some of these other opportunities on markets that you could potentially look at. So this is just to open your mind, explore. And the way that you get here, just to be clear, is you can go here and drop down, right? And just choose any market you want, choose the categories. You can choose Australia, Canada, United Kingdom, United States if you want English. If you have some other interesting markets like Germany is a big one, you can go in and jump on that and have a look. So a really cool way to explore. And that's how I find product ideas. Once I find them, and I'm like, oh, I'm interested in this, I then click over here and I open it up in the Chrome extension. So I just open it up straight up in the Chrome extension. And then I start to look at the real data on the Amazon page and use that to start making decisions. Rami, how do you calculate the launch budget? Yeah, so a very good question. And again, if you just go here and click on this question mark, if you roll over this, click on the question mark, it'll break down exactly how we calculate the launch budget. But at a high level, what we do is we take the cost of goods. So let's say something sells for $10. The cost of good on that product is probably around $3. So we take the cost of goods and then we work out the number of sales you need to do on page 1, the velocity of sales you need to do on page 1 to actually compete on page 1. How many products would you sell a day? We work out what that number is. Let's say it's 10. So then we take 3 times 10, which is $30 for one, and then we times it by the month. Well, times it by 2 months, right? So it's times 30 times 2. So it's probably 900 or 9,000, somewhere around there. And that's how we work out the budget. So it's basically at a high level, it's the amount of money that you need to buy your stock and sell it at the velocity of page 1 for 2 months. That's how we work it out, because we want you to be able to put stock in, sell it, and be able to reorder before you run out. So, that's a guideline. And, typically our score, we want to look at products where you want to invest around 14 to 15,000 US dollars. That's kind of the number that you want to look at. But it's a guideline. So if you just want to do a month of stock, if you just want to test with a few products, you've got that option. So, you use that with a grain of salt, but it's basically enough money to buy stock for 2 months of selling on page 1 for that keyword. Okay, so let me this is another way that I search for products. And probably a number of you might understand this strategy. It's a little bit more of an expert one. But what I use Keywords on Fire for, now Keywords on Fire is probably one of our most powerful tools, if not our most powerful, in terms of finding keywords, beating your competition, optimizing your listing, your PPC, all of that kind of stuff. But you can actually use it for research as well. And the way I do it is I type in, you look at some of these like kneeling chair, bedding sets, round measuring spoon sets, room sense, chair. I even just typed in chair. It's just a keyword on Amazon and it will pull in a whole bunch of different keywords. So I use this for research. So if I just go into this right now, it's going to round measuring spoon set. If I want to sell that product, this specific product on Amazon.com, I would need probably 70 or 80,000 in launch budget because it is a massive product with, massive volume, 810,000 search volume. I can't sell just a measuring spoon, right? But on these keywords, if I just go in and go a little deeper, I might find some interesting opportunities. And the way I do that is I just go, hey, give me a search volume of everything over greater than or equal to 2,000, let's just say. And I filter that. So now it's giving me anything that has over 2,000 in search volume. You can see some of these are 47,000, right? So I'm just saying, hey, give me a baseline. And then I add another filter and I say, give me ratings of less than or equal to, let's just make it 3,000 because, this is a very competitive category. So now it's giving me 36 keywords. And if I look through this, I might find some that actually have really good search volume, but not much competition. And so, this is a very high level strategy, but if I just look down this list, let's see if I find anything here. So this is kind of, adjustable measuring spoon, right? It's still got good volume, 5,000 volume, but it only has 455 ratings. Now, on average, this has just 455 ratings. It's no competition. It has decent volume, but it's an adjustable measuring spoon, right? So this is kind of, I find other ideas in here, right? So silicon measuring cup, there might be other ones here that you could look at, but if I was selling spoons, I would definitely go for this because it's more the kind of product that I could sell, that I could compete against. It's not competitive at all, adjustable measuring spoon. And instead of it being a $10 million product idea, it's going to be $1 million product idea. And that's kind of what I'm looking for, right? Here's an adjustable measuring spoon. If we bring up ZonGuru right here, this is a 62% niche score, 5,000 volume. Price point is a little low here. So I probably wouldn't sell this because it's just too low. I'm not going to make money here. But, you get the point. This is monthly revenue of 15,000. This product, if I was just looking at teaspoons, measuring teaspoons, this would be out of my league. I wouldn't sell this at all. So that's how I kind of find opportunities is do a keywords on fire search. Again, just do a keywords on fire search with something broad. I could do like, outdoor garden kits or something like that and just see what comes up, filter it down, have a look, and you're going to find some ideas. So that's how I find ideas. And let's jump in and look at some ideas across marketplace. So these are some that I've just found looking today, just before the session. What am I on here? I'm on .com, right? Amazon.com, pottery wheel. This is more of the kind of products that I would look for on Amazon.com, right? It's a niche within a niche, right? So, it's a much more targeted audience. It's a very specific target audience. It's someone who's a potter. It's a very specialized type of product. This is something you could sell on .com. There's not many out there, but it's the kind of niche that would be a product that I could look at. I mean, people out here have this is a 7-figure business right here. What are they selling here? Okay, so this guy here, it's a 7-figure, he's doing over $1 million in revenue a year for a very niche product, right? This is interesting. This is a product for kids, right? So this is kind of like the kind of product that I would sell on .com, much more niche, pottery wheel. Let's have a look. Number 2, this guy over here. This guy over here is doing, 50,000, but he's getting a lot of the clicks, right? And this is a much more, you can see this is an artist product. It's very clean, got beautiful, tools for pottery, and sells really well. So you could jump on here and you could be like, let me look at this kind of product. How could I differentiate it? Or let me look at a kid's product. Maybe that's a better option for me. And I can absolutely get in on this page, right? So you can definitely differentiate and find ways to do a better product here. So this could be interesting. So that's something that I found today where I was like, okay, cool, that could be interesting. That is .com, right? Let's jump over. What have I got here? Okay, this is the UK. Guys, if you have any questions or if you're following along, this is the time to ask. I can answer questions as I look at this. These are just ideas I found with the niche finder in different marketplaces, and I just saw it as a great idea and I opened it up. So this is a indoor slide for toddlers. I guess maybe in the UK you want your slide indoor because it rains, who knows? But this might be an interesting product for the UK. Let's open it up and let's see. This is a 71% niche score, right? Good demand. What's really good is the competition opportunity, 67%. It's not that competitive. So you can get in here, you can win, great revenue potential, a great price point. This is a great product to sell on the UK, probably Australia, maybe on the US. I would probably figure this is probably, you need a lot of money to sell this. But here, you only need a launch budget of around 20,000 US and you can be in. So let's look at this. This is the best seller, right? I mean, come on, you can beat this for sure. A cheesy photoshopped visual like this is, you can totally do better than this with just a little bit of thought around a niche. This guy's starting to look a little bit better over here, so this is just something where you could completely differentiate if you understood a kid and understood the parents, most importantly. And these are the ones that are getting the most clicks and conversions. This guy outsells, right? Maybe because it's so easy to put in, so easy to take down, which is indoor, which is great. This is the second biggest seller. Okay, so great idea. This is something that you could definitely look at, maybe differentiate. This is kind of a cool product too. Wow. And just kind of look through and see what works. So this is what I found in the UK. And then Fran says, can we show you the Australian market? Yes, I can, Fran. Yes, I have. I think I have one example. We'll come to that in a second. I'm going down the list here. I have 3 or 4 more products I want to show you. This is another US one that I found, right? This again shows you niche within a niche. If you look up carry bag, right, for the US, it is a way bigger niche. You cannot differentiate. But this is a breast pump carrying bag, right? So for moms who are breastfeeding, it's a cool bag that you can you can make a designer. This is something you could probably differentiate, and because it's for a specific use, you can really understand how to differentiate here. And you can come up with a great product. This product is a 71% niche score, and actually it's not even that competitive. It's a 55%. Great price point. Launch budget of 13,000. This is a great product if you can really think of how to differentiate. And these are the top sellers, right? So again, here, let's see, the backpack, and what else we got? Backpack and this one up here. So nice flower finish. Great product, and you can definitely source this, and you can think about how to differentiate. And especially if you run a love-hate on this, I'm not sure if you use the love-hate tool, but if you haven't, it basically pulls in the common sentiments of what people love and hate about a product. This kind of product, you will get so many ideas around what you should differentiate on or what you shouldn't, and just you can really create a product that could really stand out and you could beat your competitors. So this has got a very, very high gas factor, and you could do well with this product. So that's one I found at .com. Let me see what else I found here. Okay, this is Australia. This was interesting to me, right? Okay, and this is what I love about Australia. Because it's a brand new, it's a new emerging marketplace, but it has volume right now. You can type on something like a resistance bands, and you could do well with this product, which you would never in a million years be able to do on the US market. So look at okay, it's obviously Australian, and it's you guys love your sports. Buy demand is really, really high, right? Buy demand is through the roof. Competition opportunity is not actually, you can still win on this, even though it's 40%. It's not that bad. Investment sweet spot is good. Price point is actually decent, and monthly revenue is great, $9,000. So you could come in on this brand for sure and do well. And there's some products, it's pretty competitive. There are some. These guys are doing 100,000 a month, Aussie dollars, right? So these guys are doing 90,000. So this is the product that maybe 7 years ago on Amazon.com you could sell. Right now, the last 4 years, you can never get in on this product. There's no way. It's just too competitive. So this could be something you could look at. And I found a cool product here, which actually I haven't seen in the US, which is this one right here. This one right here, right? I clicked on it. Look how differentiated this product is, right? It's if any of you have used resistant bands, what is the number one problem that you have with resistant bands? I'd love to hear from you, and I'm sure you guys would get this. It's taking that latex and putting it around your legs, and it folding into little pieces, and you're trying to pull it up, and if you guys, it's probably pulling the hair off your legs. It's a terrible experience. And then you have this thing on your leg that you can start to do squats with or whatever. They've thought of a brilliant way of doing it as a stretchable fabric that actually you can put on really easily. That's not going to be hard to put on, and it totally stands out. And you can see how this is 100% aimed at a target audience of and the colors and everything. It's a really great differentiator, right? So you can see it right here. Look at everything on this page. Very masculine, very like CrossFit-y. And then you come down and you see a couple of these, and then you see this one, which really stands out, right? So, this is a cool differentiation. This is in the Australian marketplace. It'll be interesting to look at this on the USA marketplace too. But again, this is a $26 price point, average launch budgets of $7,000, average sales of $9,000. And there's some products that are doing really well over here. And this product here, which is the Shape X, right? This one, they're doing $17,000 a month, right? Great products, great differentiation. If I was doing this personally, I would take it one step further. This is what I would do. I would actually make this Velcro. I would make this little part right here. They've sewn it on like that. I'd make it Velcro. Then it's super easy to put on. You can just take it Velcro. The best thing about Velcro is once you stick it, it's not going to pull loose. You could just make it Velcro. You could just stick it around your legs, snap it together. Maybe have I would even do different settings. Maybe allow the Velcro to be tighter or looser, so you don't have to just change the band. You can actually tighten it to be a little bit stronger. And then you have a massive differentiator that no one else has, and you could sell that product. So that's kind of what I would do with some product like this. Great product, and I'll probably look at taking that to the US, maybe starting in Australia, then going there. So that's kind of how I would look at this kind of product. All right, let's see. Tanya, when you get the niche results, do you look through each one and delete certain lines? As I've noticed this changes, yes. So very good question. So when I look at the niche results, right, over here on the Chrome extension, this is live data. I might be looking down this list. So number one, we don't include any of the sponsored products in the niche ratings, right? Because typically sometimes it's a different product that's not relevant that they're advertising on, right? So for example, these are all relevant, so I could, but they'll probably be included in the organic anyway. And then if there's a product down here that doesn't seem like it really fits what you're looking for, right? There's going to definitely be ones down here for sure. Let me see. For example, let's see if there is one. Maybe this one, right? The workout bar, right? So if I find that product, I would just go in here and I would delete it out. I would say, okay, remove it from here. And then you'd see it reset the whole score. So it just gives you a way to get rid of some of those products. If they are not specific to your niche, you can remove them, and then you can look at the results. So especially when I'm looking at the Australian marketplace, there's like a gaming chair, right? You'll see there'll be office chairs, there'll be a whole bunch of stuff in there. I'd remove all of them and truly look at the gaming chair niche, and you'll see it's a lot more competitive than you think, a lot less competitive than you think. So that's how I go about looking at it. Cool. So, again, take a product like this, beautifully differentiated, doesn't stick to your legs. You can put it on easily, maybe some Velcro, and you've got a winner of a product right there. All right. And then I think I have two more examples that I might have looked at. Oh, this is Amazon France. So I just thought I'd open up Amazon France. You can see, and actually, if you put in the English word, it'll translate it for you. Amazon does that anyway. So I just put in that word. Everything is in French over here. Look at all the products here. So these are cat trees. I guess, this product is huge in the States. And you could start to probably differentiate. Let's have a look at what the results look like. This product over here, great niche score, 73%. Monthly revenue, 7,000 euros. Launch budget, 9,000. You can get in on this for sure. And look at the competition opportunity. It's, this is ridiculous. I mean, for sure, you can get in on this niche way easier than anywhere else. And then if I look down here, how would I differentiate this product? All of these are the same, right? So, you don't want to be anywhere like this. This is a little bit more like fitting your home. I would never have one of these in my home for sure. Maybe this is a little bit better. Scroll down, maybe this. So, maybe this, right? So this is interesting because this actually, you can set up and then you actually hammer this onto the wall. So it fits nicely against your wall. Maybe it looks like your furniture. You could go for a product like that. And then I think this product, let's see if it's down here. Oh, I think I just saw it, right? Here we go. So this product does 6,000 euros, right? So this is a great product you can get in. It's a six-figure business. You've got a great product in France right there. And obviously, if you sell on France, you can sell on the other marketplaces, but you want to make sure that you look at it. And then I think I did Italy over here. I put in a coat rack stand. Again, this is a multi-million-dollar product in the US. Right now, it's an average monthly revenue of 11,000. Great score. Look at that. Look at the competition opportunity through the roof, right? It's just, it's so new there, but everyone's moving on to that, but they haven't really figured out private label. You'll see bigger brands on these marketplaces. You can just crush it here and have a good $6-7 business, start in one country and move to other ones. A really good way of entering. So that's kind of what I wanted to cover with you. If you have any questions, please put it in there. I'd love to hear from you. But this is how I go about looking for products. And again, Amazon is seasoned. It's been around for a while. Amazon.com. The pandemic has shifted everyone online. These markets are growing. They are substantial now. You can really crush it on those marketplaces. Australia is great. It is definitely, you all know, it's the fastest growing marketplace. They're not going to move away from that anytime soon. It's going to be a success. If you can get in now, you're going to have not only a six-figure business, but in a few years, you'll have a multi-7-figure business. We've seen it happen on Amazon.com. It is going to happen on Amazon Australia, if not happened already. So get in there as soon as you can. You have a small window of opportunity to beat everyone and get on there. And we've been talking about it for a while. So super interesting, super cool. I want to just see if there's any other questions. Okay, we have a question here from Sujana. I'm brand new learning ZonGuru, choosing a product which is already in the market. Do I have to concentrate on the launch budget or the competition? So the answer, Sujana, is you have to look at all three, right? So if I'm looking at selling a product, I look at the overall score, 69%, but I already look at all four of these, right? Click on the question mark, you'll be able to see what is good, what is not good. But when I'm really looking, I like to see a kind of a good balance, but I don't like to see competition opportunity at like 1%. It needs to be to the right, so I know I can get in. I don't like to see investment sweet spot at 1%. I like to see it on the far right. So those are the kind of two, just to make sure it's at the right kind of launch budget for you to be effective with when you're launching a new product. Julie, if I'm selling in Amazon.com, what is involved in selling on another marketplace? Yeah, so Julie, I think that you can open up in any marketplace. You can use something like TransferWise or Ping Pong. They'll give you a local bank account, and then it's just a matter of getting your stock in there and starting to sell on those marketplaces. There's plenty of trainings on that, but you just have to go through the steps. They're making it easier and easier to sell on different marketplaces. But what I would caution you with is if you're selling on one marketplace, if you take that same product and you sell on another marketplace, the logistics around ordering and when to get in stock and where you have units and how many units becomes a lot more complex. So you have to really be ready and have a very dialed in business before you start launching on multiple marketplaces. If you're starting out, focus on one marketplace, get to 6 to 7 figures by launching more products on that marketplace, and then move beyond to other marketplaces. That's the best way to scale your business. Get really solidified, learn from your mistakes, get all your processes right, and then expand to other marketplaces. Oh, Richard, any news on ZonGuru India launch? Yeah. So let me just finish this up over here. I'll kind of just end with a few things. All right, screen share. All right, I hope that helped you guys. In terms of what's happening with ZonGuru and a few things that are coming out, there are further integrations happening. They're going to be announced really, really soon, giving you a lot of opportunity. We are seeing massive success with Keywords on Fire and Listing Optimizer by big sellers in all different marketplaces. You're seeing keywords, you're just not seeing anywhere else. They're localized. They are giving agencies are using our keywords and they're just blown away by the opportunities they're seeing. So this integration, there's a lot out there. If you do sell in different marketplaces, use Keywords on Fire, optimize your listings. Listing Optimizer, you've got to get in and use that. We have some new tools coming out really soon, which is great. If you're a researcher and you're just joining, you have to try our 13-day challenge. We literally step you through exactly how to launch a product on Amazon and walk you through all the steps using the software to really validate your idea. We've been trialing it with a small group. We are about to expand it to everyone. If you want to join the 13-day researcher challenge, it is $50. It's a paid for challenge. You get a t-shirt. It's ZonGuru t-shirt, which is cool. But you literally get walked step by step through, and it's not it's like a 30 minutes to an hour of work over the 13 days. So we don't overload you. You can work through it. It's having amazing success. People are saying they're blown away by what results they're getting. If you want to join that, hit up support. You go to support and say, hey, I want to join the 13-day challenge, and they will put you in. It's in beta right now. You jump in, and it'll ignite your journey. If you're a little bit lost, this is what you need to join the 13-day challenge. If you're a seller, go to the blog and go to the business optimization case study. Watch that video. It will change how you look at PPC and keywords, and you will I guarantee you'll have 20% more revenue on your business if you just follow that. So go in there, check that out. What else do I have to say from our side? I think that is it right now. If you want a demo, you can join our demo. It's a live demo. Just go to our homepage, hit live demo, sign up, and there'll be Eric or Kim or someone on the other end who will demo whatever tools are pertinent to that time, whether it's seller or researcher. We have so much support and stuff to help you guys really get engaged and using the tools. There's literally no excuse that you should be able to go into support and say, hey, how do I use this tool? Because we have so much that can help you guys with. So yeah, jump in and please. It's a MJ, it is a 13-day challenge. And if you want to get in that, go to support on ZonGuru.com. There's a little button on the bottom right, hit support, type in there how I'd love to join the 13-day challenge. How do I get access? And they will get you sorted out. Hopefully that helps. And again, today was just about inspiring you with different ideas, different marketplaces. If I can ask one thing, please get the word out about this Australian integration. We want people to know that we have this available. It's going to help a lot of you. So please, in your masterminds and everything else, let people know how it's going. And Susan says, I'm in the challenge today, going to be my day 5. Susan, I hope you're enjoying the challenge. Hit in here if you are enjoying that challenge, but it's good to hear that you're in there. And good to see everyone here. Have a great weekend. I hope I answered all your questions, and enjoy the weeks ahead. And again, if you need any help, ZonGuru support. There's a team of training experts. We have training every week. Kimberly is getting a name for herself with just giving amazing trainings that she gives different trainings every week. They're really good. I think that's it from me for right now. Enjoy your week. Cheers for now. Bye.